That is unbelievably cool looking. Okay, so the experiment here is stabilized wood. It has actually performed wonderfully. I was worried about moisture from the other ones that I've done. That's 3 now. Not only the one I did, but the one I sent off to Texas. That also had moisture issues in it that had to be repaired. Now this one does not look that way. I was also worried about overheating with the amount of resin I poured in there. But it does not look like it had any of those issues, most likely because there was no moisture in it that I could see. So let me get which end do I want the top and which end do I want the bottom. Anyways, I'm gonna cut these off. Let's get that cut off so we can figure that out, and we'll get going with that. Okay, so I am not sure if I want this to be the bottom or the top yet. If it's the top, there's not going to be too much of this in it. So I was thinking the bottom. This doesn't appear to go very deep. I'm not quite actually sure why it's in there. So I mixed up some of the fast set with the, you can see it in there, a little bit of the interference blue in the twilight purple. That's going to turn that pretty blue. And I'm just going to, you know, kind of drizzle it in these holes. And fill them in a little bit. You know, I did stabilize this wood, but doesn't mean I actually did anything correct. Looks like I did. And it's just air pockets. That stuff doesn't fill holes. It just stabilizes the wood. So, but I don't think this is... It's already changing colors. Where's the heater at? A little bit of heat from the torch to make it run a little better. And it will. Make it run down in those holes a little better anyways. You can see it's filling that one in. Alright, so I don't have one of those big fancy quick change chucks, you know, them expensive things. I have to be under 4 inches here, about 4 7/8 in order to get it into this chuck. The next set of jaws I have grabbed hold of it, but it did not hold it enough to where I was comfortable with it, because I could move it and I didn't need it coming off there, because I have to cut a mortise into the bottom here. Right currently I'm just trying to see how far down it goes, because this is actually going to be the bottom. This is going to be the top. I believe that's where I was going with it. I just wanted to see how much of the swamp stick was actually going to be in it, because I think I'm going to have more of it here in the top section. I was going to call it a vase, but I think you call it a chalice. It's going to have it's like a really deep goblet, right? That's a chalice, is that what they call it? Kind of flared in, cupped in, little stem and a base. That's what I wanted to do with this, but I was calling it a vase. But currently, I was trying to get rid of that, is what I was trying to do, because that's the only flaw I have at this point. So once that goes away, that's going to be my down. So the base is going to be here, and then we'll shape it to go the other way. Alright, so I didn't make you watch that again. Hopefully I got it to the right number this time. Why won't it come off? It won't come off! Oh, come out of there! Oh, there we go. We'll get this off of here. Hopefully I can hold on to this. Oh yeah, baby, look, there we go. Now, let's go forward with this. That's not too far forward, so it's not bottoming out. And we'll go this way. That way this is in the middle. Oops, I'm singing. I'm not supposed to sing. Did you guys not let me sing? All right, so backwards to tighten. Here we go. Oh, all right, now what do I got there? This is gonna be my base. All right. I was hoping to see more of this than that. I'm not sure why I got the end of it there. Things must have floated like I didn't want them to. So the stick is cool coming through here. So is this one. And this must just be the bigger pieces on the inside. I don't remember one being sideways, but that's definitely end grain. So there must have been one laying up in there, floated or something in there, which it shouldn't have done. And, you know, unless of course I didn't have it stabilized right, which is totally possible. Because it's my first go around with the stabilizing stuff, and I may not have gotten it all the way saturated. I don't, you know, trial and error for me. I'm going based on what I've seen other people do. So clearly my coin is going to be a little smaller than my mortise or opening. I have to have a certain diameter on my mortise, and as you can see it's going to be bigger. So I'll see if I can cut a little step after the fact to set this in. But I still need that diameter. I can't get it in my chuck. Well, that's more better. All right. Yeah, it's not perfectly centered, but it'll be okay. You'll be able to see it from your house. Alright, well, I think for the most part, that's going to hide anyway, so I'm going to put one of them coins in here that Bob Cook made me. I'll also put another link to Bob's website for his laser art in the description below. And if you need anything like it, wherever it went, I dumped it on the floor again. Okay, so if If you need anything like this done with laser art, and I got a couple different versions of it, but this is going to go in here like so. At the end, I'm going to fill it in with resin. For right now, I am going to, it does need to be turned around, but I want to get the bottom done, so I'm not sure what to do with it. I'm going to sand this all up at the moment, and you know, we're going to spare you all that. Alright, so sand it all up to 320, and it looks kind of rough. But I'm probably going to have to do this again because I still have to finish shaping it at this end. What I'm really concerned with is right here because the chuck's going to be there. So, I'm not sure what I'm going to use on this. But right now we're going to wipe it down with some denatured alcohol. And I'm going to seal it. Just because, see how that still looks wet? I'm not quite sure I did the stabilizing correctly. So, just in case. Wow, it looks really cool, doesn't it? Just in case, I'm going to, I'm going to put sanding sealer on it. Jeez, that's really tight. Alright, so y'all know I'm using Mylan sanding sealer. That's for purple, huh? Awesome purple color I got going there. Absolutely beautiful purple. Okay, so I run into a dilemma. I put this on, and when I tightened up the chuck down here, I cracked it here. So I CA glued it and I had to refinish it. So I am going to try to do what I need to because I've changed the chuck jaws so I can do everything I need to up there. The only problem I have is, what do I do here? You know, do I bring it out here, which I think I'm gonna do, and just cut that off? Because I can't reach that far down in with the tools I have. So if this is gone, it's not really gonna hurt me. So I only had the capability of going to 320 grit in my sandpaper. I just don't have the higher grit. So I went to the Axe paste. Now I'm going to remove the waxes in that. I'm not sure with denatured alcohol or something. But I like how it looks at the moment. So I think it looks really good. I mean, there's some little pit holes in it and that. But, you know, it's a stick out of the swamp. What do you want? It does look good. And that purple is just beautiful. Gotta love that twilight purple. So let me get this cleaned up and I'll get it flipped around so we can start hollowing the other end. I might want that later. So I am going to part it off. Okay, well, I don't think I'm gonna press my luck anymore. I'm not sure where I'm at. I can't see what I'm doing, so I'm going to, I can see my fingers. It looks a little thick down at the bottom, but it's chattering so bad I'm worried it's gonna get a catch and just rip it apart. So I'm gonna try to sand it up the best I can. Ow, it's hot in there. I'm gonna coat the inside of this with a resin anyways to try and seal it and protect the wood and that. Even though it's supposed to be stabilized, that doesn't mean I did it right. So I'm gonna get the sand in it. I'll be back in a bit. It looks pretty good, except for got some bumps and lumps and stuff in the finish. For whatever reason, the resin under the wood, it goes dull. Apparently I didn't, stabilize that as well as I should have. Yeah, rookie mistakes. It is what it is. It did make a big difference what I did do, but as you can see, she's not, some of it's shiny, like that one. Well, not really. I was gonna say some of it's shiny, but it's not. So I'm gonna let this dry. I'm gonna do a quick scuff on it and get some of the little pips out of it that I see, like there's some there, instead of trying to put another coat on it and getting runs out of it. And then I think I'm gonna just do the tabletop type resin down the inside of it to try and seal the inside also. And that stuff's a little more fluent, so it covers better without getting chunky. Alright, so I mixed up some tabletop resin, and I'm just going to use this to coat this and hopefully seal any cracks or anything that are in anything, any pores or holes. And then, because I can't get in here to finish it, it's also going to make this look like glass in here. So I'm going to fill all the scratches and the dull spots, and it will be shiny. Even that hole down in the bottom will be all gone. Alright, so I'm going to dump some in. I'm going to use said little paintbrush. So we'll pour this down in here and then just brush it back up the sides, and that'll get rid of a lot of the air bubbles that are in there. And then we just bring it up to just the edge here. Okay, so you get the idea. And then we'll leave that set, let it dry, and we'll be back to put the little coin in the bottom. All right, so Billy wood turning, and I can't even pronounce it, and I know they told me to call them ET. So ET wood turning. I will put the links for these in the description below, and I'll get them on the board a little later. I'm running out of time. Bob Cook laser art for the maker coin kind of thing I got down here in the bottom of this guy right here. So there you go. There it is in the bottom. There's your inside. Woo, look at that, and you see yourself in there. So this didn't at all, I mean, come out really nice. Don't get me wrong, I like it. It's pretty. It's not what I was after. I was after something more in the lines of this shape. But in order to get this shape here, I wouldn't have been able to see the wood in here. So I cut it in, and it now looks like one of the vases, which is what I was trying to stay away from, but I couldn't do it. So there I am with this. Aside from, now that I got it over here, I can see scratches in it, but they're in the, wow, that's really weird. So anyways, yeah, I know you can't see them, or maybe you can. It doesn't matter. There's some scratches in it, and I'm not sure why. I couldn't see them until I got it over here. So yeah, and yeah, you know, the Twilight Purple or Purple Twilight, that's a Jim Holtz or Ranger Inks dye. Now I knew it would turn blue, that's why I used it, and along with the Pearl X interference, and it's just really pretty, and that's why I did it. Go over and check out Bob Cook if you need anything like this. Check out ET and Philly wood turning. Those will be in the description below. I'll put pictures up at the end. You can give her a thumb up or a thumbs down. What I am going to do, I got more of these in the process. All right, so this one's still on Chuck. The problem I'm having is the story of my life. My tool's not long enough. I'm sorry, I could not do it. The current tools I have are too short, so I am in the process of making my own carbide cutter that will reach down in here, because I can't get down in there, and it's doing this. It's bending and flopping, and I'm trying not to rip it off and throw it across the room or break the tool. So I'm trying not to get hurt. So I'm in the process of making a tool that will reach far enough in there. So I mean, I'm a metal finisher. I'm a welder. I should be able to make this. I can tap it. All I got to do is, make one. So I'm going to try to put that in as a video. I'm not sure when that'll go up, but when I get that made, I will put it up also. So, I got a couple, 2 or 3, 4. I got 4 of these. I made 4, and I expected to have them done. I didn't expect the trouble I'm having hollowing that far in. So I'm going to make a carbide tool to reach in there and get that. And again, I'll put pictures at the end. You give her a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Go over and check out everybody in the description below. And yeah, we'll see y'all next week.